Okay, hello everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On this auspicious occasion, let us praise the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us His blessing and guidance so that we can gather in good healthy today. Okay, audience, the ladies and gentlemen, the speech that I will deliver this time explain for you about the importance of public speaking. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Selvia or speech anxiety is the most common for people have around the world. When you are in elementary school, it's easier to be student who sit at the back of the class and avoid raising your hand. But as you grow older and enter workforce, public speaking is an important skill to have and hone. This will affect daily interaction ranging from simple ones between classmates, community, work superiors, and employers, the professional realm such as in marketing activities and communicating with clients. The following are some of the recent that make your public speaking an important thing that you must hone. For the first, to win public attention. Public speaking is important skill to have an education, especially in dealing with the community. The skill of persuasion or the ability to win the heart of people is part of the art of public speaking. The power of persuasion can take you further and increase confidence when speaking in public. Of course, it's very important to be knowledgeable about the subject you're presenting. Apart from that, when making persuasive speeches and any form, including presentation in front of friends and lecturers, you must be ready to answer challenge, question, and speak in a calm manner. The ability to speak in public is very important to make progress. Get their attention by combining speaking and persuasion skills. For the point 2 is the to motivation people. Assign the can so had good your public speaking skill or when you can motivation listener to the something stop doing something change behavior or achieve a goal such as motivation in the importance of public speaking. In order to take your ideas to next levels, you must able to arouse and encourage your peers or classmates to take action. Public speakers are leaders who are able to inspire their listeners to work harder to achieve their goals. You you don't just give a speech in attempt to get the audience to take a certain action. Public speaking is part of the action and conversation and drive the listener. Okay, for the point number 3 is a to provide information. The ability to provide information is one of the most important aspects of public speaking, from presenting research paper and PowerPoint presentation, to school presentation ideas and promotion to your boss or clients. Informative public speaking is important component. And you get their attention, a good informative speech and share useful knowledge and increase their understanding and make the remember your words. The number 4, increase knowledge. Not only is a means of sharing knowledge and information, speaking in front can also help you increase your knowledge. The variation that gets into a speech and the fact that you have to know how to communicate with others effectively, make yourself understand your content much better. Okay, for the large is increase confidence. One of the worst things you can experience when you're around other people is feeling awkward when you don't understand what you're talking about. And public speaking is important because it can help to improve your speaking skill and build confidence. Okay, heavy audience that ladies and gentlemen, that is the short speech that I can convey hopefully what I have conveyed is useful and can be implemented. Finally, I thank you for your attention and participation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On this auspicious occasion, let us first the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us His blessing and guidance so that we can gather in good healthy today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the speech I will deliver this time explain what skill are required for public speaking. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that public speaking is speaking in front of many people. Public speaking is a very important skill to be mastered by everyone. One of the important communication that use spoken language as is medium with output in the form speeches, lectures, presentation, and others. Speaking skill in front of the other is one of the important things that we must practice from in early age. Many of us have been able to overcome the problems and nervousness and when speaking. But speaking skill do not stop there. One measure of a good speaker is being able to make a deep impression on the whole listener. In addition, another benchmark is a good response from the jurors who listen. The basic of public speaking skill must be mastered in order to able speaking in public with confidence is first master the topic of conversation. Avoid your nerves by mastering the topic that we'll talk about. The first, study well what we are going to convey, because there is nothing more frightening than talking about something that we are not good at. As well, the sequence of message to be conveyed, it will help us to convey the material coherently and will be easier to understand. And the point two is get to know the audience who will attend our presentation or speech. Also, identify the place and location we deliver. If we are research, delivering and presentation in front of professional in the field, that we can use complicated technical terms. But if the audience is different, then we have to use a different approach. Not also the location and the place where we will appear is the space and enough. If we are going to show a PowerPoint presentation, pay attention to whether the projector screen is available. How about the sound system? Does it work perfectly? The more our preparation is, the smoother our path will be to deliver stunning public speaking. Okay, for the point 3 is don't overlap, guys. During a public speaking session, there are many things that our audience misses. Therefore, if we skip some for our speech or we forget something, don't worry. Most likely, the audience is not aware of it. We continue with the next chapter without worrying too much. With our audience master the important part of the presentation, not the small parts. So never apologize for forgetting or skipping small things. They they don't realize it. They also want to perform optimally. Therefore, always think positively in public speaking and focus important things, not trivial little things. Okay, for the point number 4 is imagine yourself giving a great speech. Visualization is one of the keys of success. Imagine yourself giving convincing speeches and presentation, conveying important point with convincing gesture and body language. Positive visualization like this will make relaxed and comfortable so that we are finally able to give interesting speeches and public speaking. Okay, for the last point is focus and the magic no other stuff. Beginner speaker often their nervous get better of them when something happens. For example, there is a disturb in your presentation or word for something, our voice begin to change and sound vibrating unconfident because of nervousness, and stay focused on the main thing, namely our message. We give speeches, lecture or presentation for important reason. Keep the reason mean and focus on what's most important, which is our message. In the position to entertain, educate, inspire, and motivate your audience. In this way, we will find purpose and purpose of why we ever in public. Don't don't forget to always learn and practice your skill in giving stunning presentation and public speaking. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is I explained for you about the skill public speaking. That is short speech that I can convey. Hopefully, what I have conveyed is useful and be implemented. Finally, I thank you for your attention in this join in the meeting today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, how are you today? So, on this auspicious occasion, let us first the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us His blessing and guidance so that we can gather and good healthy today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the speed I will give this time explain for you how to become better at public speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, given how important public speaking is for ourselves, we need to understand and recognize the audience. The stress of public speaking, whether in presentation or at social gatherings, usually occurs because you don't know your audience well. You don't know if what you say is correct. You don't know if your words are acceptable to those people. You don't know if you sound smart or not. Before public speaking, take the time to get to know your audience. This is especially easy and when you're giving a presentation. Think about why you were asked to speak and where you were speaking. Then answer some related question. Try to find out about how many audience will be attending, the arts, gender, educational level, but experimental and socio-economic, religion, friend lines, and whether the audience know you. Change your way of thinking. Negative thoughts relate to your ability to speak in public can interfere with your ability to deliver a speech as well to incredible knowledge that lies within you. Instead of letting your negative thoughts linger, turn them into positive thoughts. If you're nervous or scared, chances are you're also nervous about the mistake you're about to make. This talk change your voice and body language in a negative way. Learn to be comfortable with silence. You may feel awkward about silence, especially if you're standing in front of a lot of people watching your every move and waiting for you something. But really, silence is great time is breath and remember everything you want to say. Think of speaking as option. Talking is not something you need to because you're standing in front of a lot of people. Things talking is something you don't wait when you're ready. If you are comfortable with silence, you will find it's easier to give pause and even intervals when you're speaking in public. Of course, you don't want to rush and speech. The silence will last longer for you when it will for those who don't speak smile. Collect your thoughts, but not for too long. If you say it's good enough, the audience won't not care about a bit silence. Okay. Okay, that is I explain for you about the topic that is a short speech that I can convey heavily what I have conveyed is useful and can be implemented. Finally, I think enough and I thank you for your attention and joining this meeting today. I'm class and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, hello everybody. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On this auspicious occasion, let us praise the presence of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us His blessing and guidance that we can gather in good healthy today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this speech I will deliver this time explain for you about the kinds of message in a speech. Ladies and gentlemen, speech in activity of speaking in front of a large audience or giving speeches and expressing their option or giving an overview of something. Generally, speeches are delivered by someone who gives speeches and statements related to important things or even and deserves to be discussed. Speeches are usually made by a leader to lead and give speeches and from the public or is subordinate. An activity can be said to be a speech if it has the following characteristic. Have a clear goal, it's about the charge, the delivery method you suit the audience, and creating an effective atmosphere in the listener. The presentation is clear and interesting. Use clear intonation, articulation, and volume. General speech function. Speech also has several important functions and communication flow included. Okay. Facilitate communication. Speech serves to facilitate communication between the speakers and the listener. Speakers can convey ideas and concepts that have the listener until a mutually beneficial interaction occurs. Organizational communication media. Speech an important role for an organization. Usually the sermon will convey important information it the members so that all members will understand and important information, creating an university, creating a conducive atmosphere. Speeches are considered very effective in conveying information to the general public. Besides, the speeches are also create an conducive atmosphere because it is enough for only one person to give a speech, and large number of listeners can listen and provide feedback in the form of question, argument, or rebuttals. Okay, there are several types of speech based on the purpose. The type of speech that are often encountered are follows. For number one, opening speech, enlightenment speech, welcome speech, inauguration speech, and accountability speech, support speech, persuasive speech, and that the persuasive speech is a speech that aims to convince or influence the audience and invite them to do something according to the content of the speech. If at the beginning we have reviewed the meaning of speech in general, this is section we will discuss more, especially about persuasive speech. What is persuasive speech? Okay, so persuasive speech in the same is definition, which is to invite, influence, and encourage listeners to do things that are considered beneficial for the common interest. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the audience heavy grades, that is the short speech that I can convey and explain for you. I have believe what I have conveyed is useful and can be implemented. Finally, I thank you for your attention and this joint meeting today. I'm Class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.